How do I, as a contractor, ensure that the job that I'm going to do for you is of the highest quality? Can you tell that this is 100% on ratio just by looking at it? This is digital validation of ratio, pressure, velocity. This is the new age of what we're seeing. The idea is what I'm educating you on. The idea is what I'm showing you needs to be done. Hey everybody, it's Mike with Spray Jones. How do you know that the spray foam that you're getting is good? How do I know that the spray foam that we're giving you is of quality? Well, it begins with doing testing, training, and really certification, but that's just the entry level. That'll assure that we get the mechanics correct, the ideology correct, we're making good decisions. The proof is in the pudding. We actually spray the foam into the walls. Now these are cardboard inserts, and we can test how our pattern is. We can test the mix. We are here at Akurate Dynamics Training Facility, and we're learning about where we're putting the foam, how it's going in, the kind of cell structure that we're making, how the chemistry is exactly working, how our gear is working. So how do I, as a contractor, ensure that the job that I'm going to do for you is of the highest quality? First, I start with good materials. I make sure that the foam that we spray and how we test it into these panels, we see the cell structure, we see if it's cupping, humping, breaking cells, we just see how it's performing. The second thing that we do is we see the gauges on the machine, we see the dials, we see how it's mixing. Are we on ratio, on temperature, making a good product? We back that up then with continuously spraying, cutting the samples out, testing them, doing density, but you cannot just tell foam by merely doing a density test or looking at it. So there's experiments that we do, we cut into it, and I'm going to show you that outside. But this is how we begin, by getting the correct attitude, the correct thinking, and backing it up with the sauce. This is bringing the receipt. Spray, test, see how it goes. That way when we go out into the field, we actually have verifiable results, and then we repeat these results. This is where we eliminate the guesswork and trying to figure things out, and we confirm what works. I'll show you what we sprayed out here. Behind me is a mountain of spray foam. Foam that we have been spraying here all week to confirm cell structure, density, adhesion, cohesion. What kind of cells are we making? Are they split cells, open? Are they elongated? Do we get too much core temperature inside the spray foam when we sprayed 3-4 inches thick? Where's the point of failure? We do this on the cardboard, and you can see that it takes quite a bit of effort, to even peel this free. So it's a very effective test, and we can spray and intentionally set up and spray them off ratio, 5, 10, 15%. The machine is capable of doing it, and then we can see the results. The idea with this is we can tell whether or not the foam that we're making is good, bad, or otherwise. So we're getting data on sort of previous engagements. Where are the boundaries? Too far this way, too far that way. We know exactly what's going on. This just constitutes about 2 days worth of spraying, and spraying part-time. There's sample after sample here. Now I want you to see something over here. Can you tell that this is 100% on ratio just by looking at it? How about this, 20% resin rich? What's resin rich? Means it's gonna be squishy. It's gonna be too far, not with enough hardening agent. Or how about 40%? Would you say that's definitely 40% off ratio just by looking at it and touching it? No, the answer is you can't. That is why we do this, why we spray repeatedly over and over again to the point of failure. And you've got this, and you've got cell structure, you've got whether it smells, is it putrid? What's causing this, what's causing that? That is why we do the experiments, we do the testing. But I want to be clear, the spray foam is not an experiment. We're not running a chemistry experiment. The chemistry's in the drums. What we're doing with this testing is verifying the outer limits of all of the data report. We're taking the information that's on the paper and translating it to the job site. We almost got it. You can stop recording. Taking the white paper values off of a data sheet and then experimenting. Too hot, too cold, pressure up, pressure down. Does it behave exactly like they said? Because we're not just gonna spray in a laboratory. We're gonna spray in your house, your building, your project. So when we get there, we wanna know that we're balls on dead accurate. We wanna know how exactly is the spray foam behaving, what makes for a good foam. So what this is this is testing out the physics of our mix, doing the final steps of manufacturing, where we're putting the last step in the manufacturing process. The two chemicals are meeting, the raw and they're mixing. We're making sure that the mixing in the chamber is correct. It's at the correct viscosity, the correct velocity, the correct temperature. Temperature and viscosity are related. Therefore, we can create a good cell structure. Therefore, we can create a dimensionally stable longevity product. This is a legacy product. This is a multi-generational installation, and you got one chance to get it right. That's the time when it's going in through the gun onto the wall. So you want to get it correct. That's why data like this is so important. Now we'll take a look at the equipment. These are 3-set tanks that we put on our rigs. Then they have nitrogen in them to keep the contaminants out. This gives us high capacity of carrying a lot of material on the truck, monitoring how it's doing, higher grade quality than just dealing with drums. I've dealt with drums for a very long time. They're great, but you're continuously rotating them through. It gets a little aggravating after a time. So we can load from bulk containers into this, take it to the job site, work continuously without having to worry about running a drum dry. Did we go off ratio? Did the level get down too low? We've got, batch numbers that align with what we're loading into here. This is double pumping equipment that goes to site. It goes into one position in your piece of equipment, in your rig, in your trailer, and you've got 2 double capacity. You got the ability to put 2 sprayers on one location, spraying continuously to a very high degree of standard and monitoring it. So this is Pro-X equipment. This is digital validation of ratio, pressure, velocity. This is the new age of what we're seeing from Akurate Dynamics in the spray foam world. It's no longer good enough to just have analog gear where it's trust me bro, it's working. This is how we verify that when we come to your house, we can match chemistry, we can match pressures. It's not an experiment. We've got the ability to dial in and actually make this consistent spray foam each and every time, on pressure, on ratio. These machines are capable of getting it there, keeping it there, and then proving that it's there. That's the important part. Not just saying, did it go right, did it go wrong? We want to see if we ever got it there, prove that it was there. So these are the independent gear pumps. They make sure that we're on ratio for the A and the B product. We warm the product up in the heaters. The heaters are more subtle. They're not going to exceptionally heat the product so fast that we scorch it, we burn it, we cause problems. They're very efficient plate heaters. And then we go up to our flow meters, monitoring flow so that we can make sure that we've got volumetric dispensation all the way to the end of the gun. And we're not just looking at gauges, folks. We're not just looking at pressures. Pressures only tell us a little bit of the equation. This machine is monitoring the actual flow so that we can get product A, product B, all the way to the end of the gun. We can make sure they're there at the right time, the right viscosity, therefore they mix well, they make good cell structure, they make good ratioed foam, good adhesion in the wall forever. Not something that's cracking, breaking, shrinking. You have no idea what's been done. I can give you a validation report at the end of today, at the end of tomorrow, and you don't have to wait 3 months to see if it's okay. And it's not just trust me, bro. That's how I make sure that your job is correct. Hey, everybody, if you're interested in this kind of content and you're getting something out of it, then I want you to do something for me. I want you to go to my private online community, thinksprayfoam.com. It's not a website. It's an app that you download into your phone. You join the community. You can talk with me and have a conversation with me about spray foam and all the other people that are in there. We've got a huge growing North American spray foam community of manufacturers, equipment people, and installers. You can have a building envelope conversation and you can learn about foam, about you, for you, your build, and what's going on in the world. Make sure you're getting the right information, none of the trolls, none of the noise, just straight facts. Join today. I want to see you in there. So to put energy to the screen and you can actually see, this is how we verify that the job that I do for you is correct. I really believe in Akurate. There's going to be other companies that are going to offer digital validation. These are the originators. They're the ones that have come up with the most deepest, richest technology. You can use Akurate, you can use others. I'm not just saying it has to be them or nothing. I want to make that clear. The industry is growing. The idea is what I'm selling you on. The idea is what I'm educating you on. The idea is what I'm showing you needs to be done. We need to have the ability to prove how our gear is working, that I didn't show up and things were malfunctioning and I sprayed through it anyhow. We get green lights, we get red lights. We can record our drums, our lot numbers, tag it to the job, see exactly what we're doing, load in the environmentals, make sure that the settings are correct. Now, to you, the homeowner, the building owner, this looks complex. You're like, whoa, wait a second. Looks like a chemistry experiment, Mike. Still looks like you're trying to figure things out and there's a heck of a lot of dials. What if you get one of those dials wrong? Folks, it's not that way. This is like setting the air conditioner at home. Do you want a different temperature in the room? That's all we're doing here with our gear. We're just adjusting things to make the outcome just a little bit better and we're recording it. We're actually seeing what was done, making sure it was done right. This gear helps us with that, oversees it, and then proving it. We've got a verifiable, unchangeable report, meaning I can't go into it and say, hey, it messed up. Change that value from a 3 to a 1. You're getting a report that's just like air traffic control. It's just like a black box. It's just like a GPS tracker on your Uber driver. You know exactly how fast, where they were going, when they started, when they stopped. Isn't that the future of foam? Don't you want that confidence? I want that confidence because I know my guys did it right. I can prove that it's right. You can receive that it's right. Nobody's waiting around to see. Let's go look at the war room. This is where the information comes in, right? We've got tech support, but we've got the actual people that are monitoring things, evaluating things. They're checking up on the reports because they're actually having technology go through and say, hey, there might have been a problem here, or yes, everything's good. You can have a conformance report and see what's going on. So this is how we're getting it right, testing the certifying that it's right, making it right for you. You can trust it. You can build policy on it. Foam is the future. Thanks for watching.